Welcome to Kalu Plays COD, and in this video we're going to be discussing the camo grind in Black Ops 6. So in Black Ops 6 there are four main camos: Gold, Diamond, Dark Spine and Dark Matter. And I would like to discuss in this video why the combination of those four camos, as well as the challenges that are required to get them, is a worthwhile camo grind in Black Ops 6. So I think there are two things that make a camo grind worth it in Black Ops, or in a Call of Duty game, but specifically in Black Ops 6. The first is the challenges that are required to get the camos, do they improve your skill? And the second is the final camo you get at the end worth it? So let's get into it. So a good example would be World War II. Call of Duty World War II 2017 had the chrome camo at the end. And the requirement for that was to get headshots on your weapon, and then by the end, if you got it on everything, on all the categories, you would get diamond, and then if you got diamond on everything, you would get chrome. I think this wasn't a worthwhile camo grind. I loved World War II, I very much enjoyed the game, but I didn't complete the camo grind. And the reason I didn't complete the camo grind is because it just wasn't a worthwhile camo. Chrome didn't look very good, gold didn't really look very good, but diamond did, which is why I went for it. But all the camos you got weren't really worth it. But also the challenges didn't improve your skill. For example, headshots weren't worthwhile in World War II. It didn't really do extra damage enough to where your kills would be quicker. So it wasn't really worth teaching you to get headshot. And then the second reason is they had very unnecessary challenges. Things like revenge medals and Kingslayer medal. They don't really teach you to get better at the game, they don't improve your skill. However, Black Ops 6 differs from that. In Black Ops 6, the challenges teach you skills to improve at the game. For example, the headshots in Black Ops 6 are worth it, you do get extra damage, and because of the recoil being different on each weapon, by aiming for the head, it teaches you to get used to that recoil and get used to that weapon to where you can get your kills faster and more efficiently. That includes things like the snipers. The recoil on the snipers is completely different to any other weapon, and with snipers you have to get 100 headshots. Then you get the two special camos. That would be challenges like using a specific colour of perks to use a specialist bonus. It teaches you to utilise all of those perks and to play around with them. Or it would be something like get kills while moving, which teaches you to use the Omni movement in the game, which is a new mechanic in the game which teaches new players how to use it because you need to get kills while moving or diving or sliding. For gold, once you've done the base camo challenges, not only is it removed the useless challenges like I mentioned in World War II, like Kingslayer or Revenge Medal, but then with gold it teaches you to get double kills, which is very efficient. It teaches you to get a multi-kill, but it's not too difficult. It's that beginning sort of phase where they just teach you to get double kills and that's it. Once you get double kills 10 times, you unlock gold. You then go on to diamond, which is to get 3 kills without dying. It's an evolution on top of gold. It's, instead of getting double kills, it instead is teaching you to play a bit more tactfully, and instead you have to get 3 kills without dying. Again, not a particularly really difficult challenge, but just that extra difficulty on top of double kills. Then for Dark Spine, you then have to get triple kills, which again is just one more kill in succession after double kills. But it teaches you to be a bit more quick and a bit more rapid with that. Then for Dark Matter, you have to get Bloodthirsties, which is a mixture of trying to get multi-kills, because the best way to get a Bloodthirsty is to get a double kill, sit back, and then play a bit more slowly and get those last 3 without dying. So the other aspect of the camos, we've talked about the challenges and why I think they are worth it, but the other aspect is the camos you get at the end. Now I think we can all agree that Dark Matter is an amazing camo aesthetically. It looks great on your guns, it's a good show off camo. If I come across anyone in Black Ops 6 that's Dark Matter, I'm like, okay, I know that they grinded with that weapon on all the weapons and they tried really hard. It's a good show off camo. But also the other camos you get leading up to that are really, really good. So, gold camo is really clean. Although it doesn't cover all of the weapon, it will cover things like the suppressor on the weapon. And aesthetically, it looks really clean and good. The diamond covers the whole gun, and it's got that Treyarch gold tint on top of it, which I think aesthetically makes it really nice. It's not just a white shining diamond camo, but it's got that gold on parts of the weapon that make it stand out. Dark Spine. Dark Spine was a camo that I don't think any of us were expecting, and actually it's amazing. It contrasts really well with the black and the gold, and then it's also animated because you get that purple light that comes through the camo. And then after you've got all that, you get Dark Matter, which is amazing. That amazing purple. It's animated, so it moves around, and then of course when you get kills of it, you get those blood kind of specks on the weapon. And it is the best mastery camo we have had since Black Ops 3, which was also Dark Matter. So now that we've discussed the two main reasons as to what makes the camo challenges worth it, I'd also like to talk about some extras. There are extra incentives to completing the Dark Matter grind in Black Ops 6. The first is XP. So they brought back Master Prestige, or the Prestige system, in Black Ops 6, and it is a good grind. I think it's much better than seasonal challenges. Yes, it can be improved upon. Yes, buying bundles in the game kind of removes some of the aspect of prestiging, like weapons being locked and then unlocked if you buy them in the store, but Prestige is much better than seasonal challenges. If you are doing the grind to Master Prestige, once you get to like Prestige 4 or 5, it starts to get a bit more difficult. You require more XP, and without utilising double XP, the levelling is a bit slow. So a good way to do it is to start your Dark Matter challenges, and that's what I did. In the process of levelling up, I did Dark Matter, and the amount of XP you get from the Dark Matter grind is very big. You get a substantial amount of XP from doing Dark Matter challenges. The level of grind is good, but by completing Dark Matter, if you get Dark Matter on every weapon, alone is about 500,000 XP. Just by doing all the Dark Matter and all the Dark Spine challenges, not including gold and the base camo challenges, it's about 500,000. If you utilise about double XP, you can then get just under 1,000,000 XP, which is almost an entire prestige. But another extra incentive is the weapon variety. So the game itself is quite easily accessible to new players, which obviously some of that is difficult for the hardcore fans, but overall I think it's a good thing. And this includes weapon variety, so you do not have to do certain weapon categories if you do not have to. When I first started Dark Matter, I did not want to touch the rocket launchers or the melee weapons. I didn't have that skill yet, so instead I waited for some of the DLC weapons, and that allowed me to replace those categories. For example, the rocket launchers can be replaced with the DLC assault rifles. They released a few DLC assault rifles, and if you did the DLC assault rifle, you can remove the 2 rocket launchers. And then they also did a few SMGs in the game, and they added an extra sniper, and those allowed you to not have to do the melee weapons. So that's what I did. I did the extra SMGs, I did the extra assault rifles, I did one of the snipers, and that allowed me to skip the rocket launchers and the melee weapons. But then on top of that, later on, once I got Dark Matter and all of it, I then wanted that extra challenge, and I decided to go for the rocket launchers and the melees later down the line. And I think that accessibility, that ability to choose what weapons you want to do to complete Dark Matter is very player friendly. I get that it makes it easier. I get that if you are a very hardcore player, that might be a bit annoying because you'll be like, well, I did it on the rocket launchers and that was much more difficult, and now I've got someone who's just done it on the SMGs, which is much easier, and they've got the same camo as me. But overall, it is easily accessible, and you can choose to make it more difficult by doing the rocket launchers. So if you did it right at the beginning of the game, before the DLC weapons came out, you had to do it on the rocket launchers. So if you had it at the, say, the first sort of month of the game, everyone knew that you were a hardcore player and you did it on rocket launchers, and then later down the line, players could use the DLC weapons. And that, combined with the prestige system and the aesthetic of the camo, as well as the challenges, what I think that the Dark Matter grind in Black Ops 6 is one of the best that we've had. However, that's just my opinion, and I would like to hear yours in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, like it, subscribe to the channel if you want to see more content from myself where I talk about Call of Duty alongside doing live streams. And when Black Ops 7 comes out, I intend on live streaming it. See you in the next video.